Howdy, folks. I'm Obvious Ornament, occasionally observing ostentatious occasions.
I'm Amber.
And here are more ostentatious occasions for us to observe, like the Christmas time that's coming. Let's get started. Or Reddit. Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Secretly Anticipating That My Wife Would Cancel a Planned Trip Because She is a Serial Canceller of Plans? My wife, in most ways, is ideal. She has an annoying tendency to agree to plans that she knows that she doesn't want to do and then cancel at the last minute with a confected excuse. This happened enough that I'm ready when I run into a friend of hers who asked, Is wife feeling better? And to unhesitantly answer the question with a generic, she is still recovering even when I know that she is perfectly healthy. She planned to fly with our kids to see her sister this weekend through Christmas. I booked the tickets, will become important later to this story. Today she came to me and said that she had too much work to do and wanted to tell her sister that she had an ear infection and would not be able to fly. I said, okay, that's fine. She seemed surprised that I wasn't more upset. I said that it worked out well because now I could take the kids out west to our vacation home to ski. She asked how I could get tickets at a reasonable cost on short notice. I said that I knew that she would probably cancel, so I paid extra for refundable tickets. At the same time, I bought another set of refundable tickets out west. That way, we would be able to cover either one. She was annoyed at me for doing it, saying that it was a backhanded way of proving your point about her constant cancellations. Is she right, or was I merely making a prudent booking choice? All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think Opie's in the wrong for this, and if I had to guess, I imagine she's just salty that she's that predictable.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she probably has a guilty conscience
Mm-hmm.
about canceling, and now she feels even worse about it because, like, if husband can pick up on this, then who else is picking up on this, right?
Exactly, exactly.
I mean, what do you think the odds are that the sister even expected her to show up?
Well, there's a good chance she didn't. Yeah.
Like, the sisters probably got the raw end of the deal here because they actually
Mm-hmm.
had to, like, straighten up their house and get everything ready and probably
Mm-hmm.
even got, gifts for the kids and stuff like that, only for OP to be like, oh, sorry, I'm not coming.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So I don't think that OP is in the wrong, but I do think that it's unhealthy to constantly be lying for their wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are going to figure this out. It's not like they are, dumb or anything like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think definitely a bigger conversation needs to be had around this issue.
Yeah. So I don't think that OP's in the wrong. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. But folks, let's see what the Wheel of Judgment has to say on this. Wheel of Judgment, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the judgment that OP's earned. Future villain origin story.
What? Okay, I love it. In the comments, everyone, leave us your stories about how OP. Wait, oh, maybe it's the wife's future villain origin
It
story.
might be the wife's future villain origin story. Like, maybe we are reading it the wrong way. So
Yeah.
let us know what kind of villain OP's wife becomes. And Summit Junkie 7 says, if you'd only bought the ski trip tickets and lied to her about ever buying the other ones, then you would be in the wrong for deception, even if you turned out to be right about her canceling. But what you did by getting refundable tickets is basically purchase insurance against a circumstance, her canceling, that you experience frequently. No different than really buying AAA for a partner who habitually lets their car run out of gas and gets stranded. At a certain point, you've seen a pattern and are just acting prudently. The ski tickets were just a different kind of insurance. The refundable tickets ensured that your money wouldn't be wasted in case of a cancellation. The ski tickets ensured that your time wouldn't be wasted in the form of not being able to go on any trip due to last minute planning being impractical. It's likely that she felt insulted by this because it reveals a truth about her behavior that she would rather pretend isn't true. That's her issue to grapple with. You simply acted pragmatically to protect your family's finances and vacation time. And since it has a huge impact on your kids as well, and not just her, that's a reasonable measure to take. When she's making plans that impact no one but herself, tell her that she's free to buy non-refundable tickets and hope for the best. But when it affects you and the kids, you're going to prepare for the possibility / near inevitability that she will cancel and not the jerk. I mean, what do you think about her reaction here in general? How it seems like she's more concerned about OP like having refundable tickets and stuff like that and having alternative plans than being concerned about them losing the money from the trip.
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows kind of an. I think she's focused more on image than on finances, and it may show underlining selfishness here.
Yeah.
Um, like I really wish I knew more about her situation, because like it's one thing if you're someone who struggles, like
Yeah.
if you have like an anxiety disorder or
Oh,
something like
exactly.
that,
Yeah.
and like it sounds really good because there are times when I'll make plans and they sound really good and it's something I want to do, with all of my being. But then when the time comes, for one reason or another, health wise or anxiety wise or something, I just can't do it. And so it may be worth examining whether she's having some kind of mental health crisis or struggling with something that Opie's not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is just a habitual canceling plans and she's only concerned about her image and not concerned about the family finances, it may be time to take a deeper look at that element of their relationship,
Mm-hmm.
whether in marriage counseling or her in individual counseling.
Yeah. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Inviting My Brother to My Wedding After What He Did at the Proposal? I'm a 27-year-old female and I'm getting married next spring, and I recently decided not to invite my older brother Jake, a 30-year-old male. This has caused a huge family drama, and now I'm questioning whether I'm overreacting. For some context, Jake has always been the family jokester. Growing up, his pranks were harmless, but as we've gotten older, he doesn't seem to know where to draw the line. His humor can feel more like making a spectacle of others than just a laugh. A few months ago, my fiance Liam, a 28-year-old male, proposed to me. He planned something simple but meaningful, a picnic at the park where we had our first date. He had flowers set up, candies, and my favorite food, and it was supposed to be just us. Well, Jake somehow found out from my mom that Liam was planning to propose that day. Without telling me or Liam, he showed up at the park with his friends and a cooler of beer. As Liam was getting ready to propose, Jake and his friends started whooping and hollering, shouting things like, "Don't do it, man," and "You're making the biggest mistake of your life." Liam tried ignoring them, but I was so embarrassed I froze. Jake thought that it was hilarious and said that they were just joking, but it completely ruined the moment for both of us. Liam ended up proposing later that night at home because the park moment was a total bust. Afterwards, I told Jake how upset I was, and he brushed it off by saying that I should have a sense of humor and that I'm too uptight. My parents told me to let it go, saying that Jake didn't mean any harm and that I should just be happy that he was so excited for me. Now, as I'm planning the wedding, I'm terrified that Jake will pull something similar or worse on my big day. I just decided that it's not worth the risk, and I told him that he's not invited. Jake is furious, saying that I'm overreacting and punishing him for having fun. My parents are pressuring me to reconsider because family is family, and they think that it will cause a permanent rift if I exclude him. Liam is fully supportive of my decision, but part of me wonders if I'm being too harsh. Am I the jerk for not inviting my brother to my wedding? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, and I think it's prudent. I think you know exactly what will happen if you invite him. He will decide that this is like the ultimate prank time. Like, there's no way this guy who suffers no consequences ever for his actions is going to see OP's wedding as anything but the exact place to have the ultimate prank. And like, what is with the parents saying, "Oh, it's so great, he's so excited for you," when he and his friends were literally like,
Yeah.
"Don't do this, man."
Well, I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, he was trying to discourage him from marrying OP.
Yeah.
And like what is going to happen when they come up to the vows part where the priest is like, oh, does anyone object to this, or they
Yeah, he is gonna bust out and be like, "Don't do this, man."
yeah, well, no, I mean, he might object,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He might be like, oh, I object, and then when everyone get mad at him, he's like, oh, I'm just joking or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I believe, if unless you've actually signed the marriage contract ahead of time, objecting can actually cause the end of the end of the ceremony. So it could actually be impactful.
I mean, I don't know if that's really a thing that's enforced.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I've heard that things like that have interrupted marriages and stuff like that and weddings. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And a part ad 6518 says, not the jerk. So they basically brought him up as a self-centered jerk with no sense of situation or care for other people's feelings. If he's likely to ruin things, you've got every right to exclude him. You and your fiance want to enjoy your day, not be worrying about your brother behaving like a toddler. And Unmasked Zorro says 100% this. Not to mention, if OP is considering not inviting him to the wedding, the rift is already there and he caused it, not OP. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, I cried today because my boyfriend's sister drew a family picture with me in it. Me and my boyfriend are both 19, but have been dating since we were 15 and have been best friends since we were 12. His little sister is 4, almost 5, so I have known her my whole life. My mother-in-law and my boyfriend's stepdad work a lot, so me and my boyfriend have always helped out where we can to take care of her. I went to his house today and my mother-in-law showed me a picture that she drew. I didn't understand the entire context, but she was asked to draw her family at daycare. And alongside her grandma, her mom, her dad, and my boyfriend, there was me. My mother-in-law even asked her to point out who's who in her family on the drawing that she included me in. At the time, I just smiled and I gave her a hug, but when I got home, I started crying because of how emotional it got me. She's autistic and nonverbal, so sometimes I struggle to understand her, but I always try to be there for her and give her my affection. I know it doesn't mean that she sees me as family or anything, but I felt so honored. I know that this is dumb, but it just got me. All right, folks, what do you think?
I think that's so nice and so wholesome. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being happy about this.
Well, and then also I do think that she sees OP as family, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's exactly what this means. Like, she is a person who appreciates and loves OP. And I think OP has spent a lot of time with her, and she, she loves OP, and I think that's what's important. Family sometimes is chosen family.
Yes.
So I think it's not anything to be ashamed of for being, proud of or happy about, and I think that it's great.
Right. I mean, I think OP may be minimizing this because there's no blood relation there, but OP has been doing all of the family things. Like, just because you don't live in the same house or share the same DNA doesn't mean you're not family to her and an important figure in her life.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And TinZ17 says, that's not dumb at all. That's a very, very big deal that she included you in her drawing, especially for a child on the spectrum. That's absolutely her way of showing that she thinks of you, and that's considering how she drew other family members, that you are included in that. And OP replies, thank you. And Bodacious Vermin says, that's not dumb, it's great. Congrats on being part of her chosen family. And OP replies, thank you, I'm so happy about it. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk because I got angry at my family for making fun of my boyfriend's hobby? I'm upset about what happened today. I'm a 22-year-old female and my boyfriend is a 23-year-old male, and he was at my house today hanging out with me. I still live with my parents and my brother, a 19-year-old male too. My boyfriend really likes crocheting and he's really good at it. He has an online store. It's not his livelihood, but it gives him a little extra income. He does it because he likes it, and it's something that I love about him. He's really talented. I myself am a mess with my hands, and I admire how skilled and talented he is, but it seems like my family has some problem with it. We were both in the living room watching Netflix when he was knitting. He has a lot of Christmas errands that he needs to finish. And my mom came up to him and asked him point blank, seriously, you don't have a guy hobby. My boyfriend was literally stunned, and so was I, because this came out of completely nowhere. I told my mom that it's an art, and art has no gender. She looked at me like I was dumb and said, but knitting is a girl thing. And my dad was there and said something along the lines of, well, everyone can try new things these days, right? It made me mad because she clearly said it in a sarcastic way, and my brother just laughed. My boyfriend left shortly after. Although he remained calm, he was clearly upset. I called them out on what they said, that they never had any problems when they seen him do their errands before. Then my dad told me that he thinks that my boyfriend is too effeminate. He has long hair. He also paints his nails. And my brother said that he does look kind of gay, and now I'm fuming in my room. I texted him and I apologized profusely, and he said not to worry about it. It's okay. So I just feel so bad and embarrassed. I'm so angry right now. I just skipped dinner, and my mom says to stop being dramatic because they are looking out for me. But belittling and embarrassing my boyfriend to his face isn't looking out for me. I am too angry to think clearly. Am I overreacting, or am I feeling right in this anger? All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think OP is overreacting at all. I think that what they did is very not okay, the way the family has handled this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, really gross.
Well, I think being homophobic is never a good thing, right? And
Well,
I
of
mean,
course.
the thing is this, right? They are making excuses to bully him,
Mm-hmm.
and they are picking on him because they think he's an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
And OP has every right to be angry at them, and OP has every right to hold this against them because they aren't treating their boyfriend with respect.
No, they're not. And I mean, even like the homophobia is bad, but also the rigid gender roles too, which they kind of go hand in hand, trying like demeaning him and acting like he's a girl or
Mm-hmm.
feminine because he does this stuff. Like it's really gross. It's important to call them out. And yeah, the family, they're not cool people.
Well, and I think it's sad that they view, art, like OP said, as a, male or female thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone can do art, everyone can express themselves creatively. And I think limiting yourself with the medium that you use only hurts you in the end. It only hurts society in the end. People, if you don't have the ability to try new things and, build on old knowledge, then there'll never be any progress as a society, period, right? And
Mm-hmm.
who's to say that he doesn't, work on this and figure out something amazing? Like, for instance, there's a lot of mathematics and geometry in crocheting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there have actually been some, mathematical discoveries around crocheting. So, and that would never have happened if, people box themselves in by different hobbies and they're like, well, I can't do crocheting because it's not mathematical enough, or I can't
Mm-hmm.
do this hobby because it's this or that, right? I think people should be able to just do the hobbies that they want to be able to do without being harassed by people.
Yeah.
But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
What do unicorns call their dads?
What do unicorns call their dads? Probably they call them unicorns. Dad?
Popcorns. Or
Oh,
popcorn.
popcorn? I mean, I guess so. I guess so. And I have Earl Grey. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy special Sunday, folks. And you know what makes it special? You do, and Amber does too.
And Brian does too.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it in the form of a jingle.
If you always skip the trip, someone might catch on quick.
I like it. I think that works. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.